Good afternoon. My name is Joshua Butterfield. Have you ever had rooster's beak? You probably have, but you know it as Pico de gallo. Well, today I'll be demonstrating on how to make this beautiful, vibrant, delicious Mexican dish. It comes out to be about 5 ingredients. And of course, you want to use fresh ingredients. We have some tomatoes, main ingredients, onion, cilantro, and some lime. You can use lemon. It's going to be a little more tardier. I like lime because it's a little more sweeter. And of course, where they get the pico from, jalapenos. So let's start off by what we'll have to do to these ingredients. Well, you have to wash them properly. So let's give them a quick, nice little rinse. And for the tomatoes, as for tools, we have our nice cutting board. And I love my chop and serve. It's able to chop it and serve it. So first with the tomatoes, you always want to take off the heads. You never want to keep that nasty part. Discard that. I use Roma tomatoes. They are ripe, yet they're still a little firm. They're good for chopping, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So you slice them long ways, and everybody has their cutting techniques. You slice them long ways. If you have a nice sharp knife, you're able to go right on the top of each tomato without squishing them. I do it about 1/8 of an inch thick so that you have a nice chop. You don't really need to dice it, but like I said, you can figure out how you like to do that. So we just continue this process three or 4 times, depending on how big of a bowl that you want for your pico de gallo. Usually what I do is you want a 60 to 40 ratio, 60% tomato, 40% onion, and the reason why is because not everybody likes the overpowering taste of onion, even though it is essential in this dish. And we'll talk about the onion here very soon. So with that being done, we're going to put our little items on the side here. Get this one last tomato here. And you'll see what I mean by 60-40 ratio for onion and tomato. So the tomato, you want a little more red in your pico de gallo than you do white. And that's essential for not having the onion overpowering. So the onion, of course, I use yellow onions. They're a little sweet. And of course, with onion, you always take off about 2 skins. And what you do is, excuse me, I chop mine right in half it, get rid of the outer skin and the 2 ends, and then now they're easy to peel. You see that? It's nice and easy. And the reason why you take 1 or 2 layers off is because they're not tender. You see, they're elasticy, and so that's going to taste bad if you use that part. So that's very important. If you want a nice texture, nice taste to your pico de gallo, you want to take out those 2 outer shells of the skin of the tomato. I mean, of the onion. Excuse me. Now, so I like cutting them with the grain. It seems to, and then against the grain, second cut against the grain. So now you have nice chopped onions. You see there? So again, everybody has their style of chopping. I've just been raised how to do it this way. You do this enough, that onion juice, everybody talks about, see, the ones that don't break up, that won't chop up, they slide out. You want to throw those away so that you don't have to mess with those in your dish. So now that's done. So this is what I was talking about. Little more red, than the white. Not too much onion in there. So it's about a 60-40 split with that. Then you got a nice few leaves of cilantro. Always want to cut off, always want to rinse it first, of course. Nice rinse in the sink. And you want to cut off half of that stem. Take that half stem, you throw that away. You just want leaves. Now, you roll them up nice and tight, and one good thin slice. As you cut, continue to roll your cilantro. What it does is it's able to dice all that leaves up, all that herb up. That's it. Now, if you choose to, you can go ahead and chop some more. That's absolutely perfectly okay. That's about what you want right about there. Throw it in there. Okay. Now, the lime will be last. I do have a little trick for the jalapeno so you don't get your fingers all hot with the heat. I love heat. I love a real pico de gallo. So the pico means the heat. And so typically you can use fresh jalapenos that are not vinegared. This one in particular has to be is vinegared. I like it because it also adds to the flavor. I do not seed my jalapenos. That creates a little more heat to the pico de gallo. So my trick is you cut the tip off, and then with the shears just go right up all the way up and make your cuts inside the jalapeno. Because this one's vinegared, this one's going to have a lot of juice coming from it. Adds to the season. So now you can see what I've done. It's blossomed, you see? Now you just come back and cut it short, widewise, and those strings will become nice and even, you see? And that's it. And then all you have to throw away is that little tail right there. You don't even have to touch the jalapeno. Well, this one's a little hot. This one's fine. So now, you got your lime. What you want to do to release all this juice for the pulp is roll it and press hard while you're rolling it. You'll get so much aroma from that lime when you do this. Cut it right in half. This one's a seedless lime, so I don't have to worry about no seeds. Go ahead and just all that lime juice right on top of there. And this is essential for that sweet, tart, citrus flavor that the traditional Mexican pico de gallo dish has. Okay? Throw that away. And again, now this is where I get, you save this half of the lime juice. I typically just use 2 more items. Traditionally, you're not going to have seasoned salt, lemon pepper, things like that. But here, you can spice it up however you choose to with the seasonings. I just like my old school seasoned salt, a little sprinkle right on top. Just enough to where it thinly covers the top level. Same with the pepper. Make sure that you get nice, good black pepper everywhere. And then a little bit of salt. Not as much as your seasoned salt, but just enough to cover. Now this is where the last lime comes into. You go ahead and get all that lime juice right on top there. Oh yeah. Delicious. Delicious. Once you do that, you're ready to stir it. So, you got that. Now, you have basically 5 main ingredients. Beautiful, vibrant, healthy. It's all vegetables. Tomato, onion, jalapeno, cilantro. How much easier can you get? A little bit of seasonings, 3 seasonings, matter of fact, and you're done in about 10 minutes. From my table to yours, Joshua Butterfield, enjoy the meal.